Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and for this video I want to talk about Ethereum and what my thoughts are on it right now, and what it's done and what it's gonna do, what it's doing right now. So here I have the chart pulled up. If we see, back in November, it was pretty exciting. Ethereum hit an all-time high. It was around 4,800, and then ever since then it kind of just has been stumbling down. It lost 50% of its value in just a matter of 75 days. Here you can see it kind of bottomed out at the end of January. But Ethereum has been holding up on the long-term support that I've drawn out. So here we can see this long-term support from back in January of last year. You can see Ethereum's kind of just bounced off of this support, and I have two lines because this is an area of support. So here we can see it went up, came back down, support, and then most recently it came down and hit that support and went back up, and then here again, it's on the daily chart, it has not closed below support. It's closed in the support level, but it has not closed below the support that I've drawn out. And then here on this purple line, you can see this is the the resistance. Ever since Ethereum has been falling since November, this is the resistance that Ethereum has been hitting its head on. So here you can see this kind of where it started, maybe a little further back, like around there, and then it hit here, couldn't break out, went down, bounced off of support, went back up, hit its head, and then hit its head again. And here you can see it finally broke out of this resistance. This is actually where I bought in most recently. I bought 3 Ethereum. As you can see here, I have 3 Ethereum. But it's kind of a fake out, so the Ethereum, it kind of just went back down, but it managed to bounce off the support again. And then we can actually see here with these 2 yellow lines. Let me go down to the 4-hour. With the yellow lines, we started to see new resistance created. So here you can see where Ethereum is. This is where it began, and then it bounced off of. It hit its head on resistance, and then it kind of just was playing around in the support area. But then here you can see in the middle of March of this month, Ethereum actually, it broke out. So it bounced off of our support and it broke out above this short-term resistance, and then it actually broke out of this longer-term resistance, the purple line. This resistance, it goes back as far as November. So it's like a 5-month support, resistance line. So Ethereum broke out of here, which is pretty exciting. And then ever since then it's kind of just been trending up for the past couple of weeks. Now here I have some areas marked off. So this was the first area of resistance that Ethereum broke out of. It kind of hit its head here, went down, it created a higher low, it went back up, it kind of hit its head up here, went back down, and then it finally broke out. And then there's another level, or another area of resistance which Ethereum also broke out of. It broke out like around a couple days ago on the 25th, and now Ethereum has actually, it actually went up a lot today. It went up, let's see here. Went up almost 5%, so that's pretty crazy. So I was looking at this chart, and it's finally hit this 3rd level of resistance, this area of resistance. You can see this area of resistance. All of these, they go back pretty far. is back to the beginning of the year, so like 3 months now. And this is on the 4-hour chart. So Ethereum has hit this new level of resistance. I don't like here. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to break out or not, but it has been trending upwards. And if it does break out of this support, I think it could definitely have a run up all the way to here, up to this green line that I've drawn out. And this is a level of like really long-term resistance. You can see it goes back pretty dang far, back to here actually, and here, September, back in September, this was really when it was first level of resistance, and then here, and then it actually broke out, and it became a level of support, as you can see, but Ethereum broke down below it. So I think this is a longer term level of resistance if Ethereum does break out of this zone. So that would actually give it an 11% increase from here. I think once it hits here, it would actually just kind of fall back down and maybe bounce around in this area, or it would bounce off of these. If what I see is this is my really long-term support. Here, if we go back to the daily chart, even if Ethereum, kind of hits its head here and goes down, I think it's definitely going to be bouncing around. So like what we could see is something like this, and then we kind of just like, bounce around in this area. And this is actually have this up to the end of this year. And this green line is our level of long-term resistance, and this is our area of long-term support. So you can kind of see they pretty much meet at the beginning of next year, at the end of this year and the beginning of next year. They kind of meet in this this zone that I've marked off with a circle. So Ethereum is gonna, what I think is gonna happen, it's gonna be bouncing around in this area for a while. It might break up a little bit, but pretty much it'll just stay in this area with the yellow, and then come next year, or maybe a little bit before the end of this year, it's gonna break up above this area. And I haven't really drawn out yet like what that could look like how much it could go up, but I do see potential, like it could go up like 50%. It could break up above this level of resistance, and it could break all-time highs and go up, or it could go up like 50%, go up to 5,500, which would be a new all-time high. So I think that's pretty exciting. But yeah, like over the long term, like even if, like, let's say you bought it now at almost 3,300, I don't see Ethereum going down below this this area of support. So at most you could probably see it, the lowest you could probably see it go back down to is here at 2712, and I'll mark that off here, and you can kind of see there might be some kind of support in this area, but like I don't think Ethereum would break below this level. So it's if you buy now, I would say potentially 17% downside. But regardless, like, it over, like, until the end of the year, it's basically just going to keep trending upwards. So even if you buy now, by the end of the year, you should definitely be positive. That's what I'm expecting. And then one other thing I wanted to point out is, if we go over here, I'm going to switch to another chart because it's kind of crowded on the other one. Here, if we use Fibonacci retracement. If we go from here to here, you can actually see you know, this is a level of resistance that Ethereum broke out of. This is going to be the next level, and you know, this is around where I have my zone at, and then this would be the next one, and this is our long-term resistance. And here, you know, it also matches up with the Fibonacci. I really doubt it's going to go above this level. I'd be pretty surprised if it did. I mean, that would be exciting regardless, you know, like I don't mind if it does go up higher. But yeah, those are my long-term thoughts on Ethereum. You know, it's actually had a very good run. Like even let's say from the beginning of this year, you know, it's down 10% from the beginning of the year. Like that's not bad at all. And actually, if you had bought this major dip, like when it just kind of plummeted at the end of January, you know, you'd actually be up 35% right now. And yeah, like I definitely think when Ethereum does hit this level, it'll come down, and then that'll be a buying opportunity for sure. Because you know, it's it'll probably like go up, and then it'll just like come back down like that or something. It might even come back down here, but definitely like for me, for bigger buying opportunities for me would be whenever Ethereum, if it does, you know, if it bounces off these this area of support, you know, that would be the buying opportunity. Because as you can see here, like bam, if you had bought here, basically you're buying at the bottom, here buying at the bottom, here close to the bottom, here you're buying at the bottom, and here you would actually get to double dip on it, because here bottom went up, bottom again. So, you know, as you can see, there's plenty of buying opportunities. As for me right now, I bought my 3 Ethereum, and then I have a recurring investment of $10 every single day. So, you know, that will add up to $3,650 a year, which, you know, it's not like a crazy amount, but I think it's very good. And you know, you don't want to put like way too much money into this unless you just really like risk. But you know, for me, I'm fine with $10 a day, you know, regardless of the price, if it goes up a bunch, if it goes down a bunch. But if I do have extra cash on hand, and Ethereum is, you know, nearing this level of support, and it bounces off of it, then definitely buying it a little more. You know, maybe I'll throw in like another $100, because you know, over the long term, if you keep doing that, like let's say if Ethereum were to bounce off of this level of support like 3 times, you know, before here, you know, that'd create some massive buying opportunities for you, and you know, with very little downside risk and a lot of upside risk. But yeah, you know, just overall trend is up. I think that's very good, and you know, I think over the long term, this is a very good investment. But yeah, if you guys have any thoughts on this, just let me know, and you know, maybe we can talk about it. But other than that, thank you for watching.